Yo, what is up guys, my name is Patrick, host of EDH Brutality, and you're watching a little series I like to call Game Winning Jank. So without further ado, happy sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Welcome back folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for dropping by and your ongoing support. My name is Patrick, host of the EDH Brutality YouTube page, in which you upload Magic the Gathering content and analysis every Sunday. You're watching Game Winning Jank, a series here on our channel in which we discuss 3 janky ways to catapult your lead in your next EDH match. Before we jump right into today's content, a quick and special thanks to patrons like you for making videos like this possible. It should also be noted that we are currently holding an Outlaws of Thunder Junction pre-con giveaway, so this is a deck that you would like to have a chance at winning. The drawing will be held on June 2nd of 2024. The full details and offerings associated with this giveaway can be found through the video linked down in the description, as well as the comment section below. Without further ado, let's jump right into today's janky list. Starting things off, we have Price of Glory, coming in at 2 colorless and 1 red mana. This enchantment spell reads, whenever a player taps a land for mana during another player's turn, destroy that land. And believe it or not, we are not going to be using this as a land destruction combo against our opponents. No, this is more so to reset our mana pool repeatedly to allow ease of interaction during an opponent's turn, because we're going to pair this with the card known as Sacred Ground. Sacred Ground is a 1 colors and 1 white mana enchantment spell. It reads, whenever an effect controlled by any opponent puts a land into your graveyard from play, put that land into play. And this interaction alone will do nothing until we cast the sorcery speed spell known as Donate. For 2 colorless and 1 blue mana, this spell states, target player gains control of target permanent you control. So the idea here is to target our Price of Glory with Donate, allowing our Price of Glory to go to an opponent's side of the field while our Sacred Ground is on table. Because Price of Glory will make it where whenever a player taps a land during another player's turn, they have to sack the land. Well, the Sacred Ground will trigger since the Price of Glory is now an opponent's effect, ultimately bringing each and every one of our lands we just tapped during their turn back to field untapped, generating a unique and interesting way of infinite mana. Our next janky interaction of the day starts off with Show Minnow Revolutionary. At 2 colors and 2 white mana, this 2/2 creature rebel legend reads, prevent all damage to be dealt to Show Minnow Revolutionary. Pretty much an untouchable creature here.
Yeah, you're good. Let me whisper a secret. Don't tell mommy what I told you.
Well, almost. So let's take advantage of this with the card known as Venom. Coming in at 1 colors and 2 green mana, this enchantment aura reads, all non-wall creatures target creature blocks or is blocked by are destroyed at the end of combat. So not only do we not have to worry about this creature never dying through damage, but whatever is blocking this creature will just immediately die as long as it's not a wall. And to fully abuse this, we can pair it with a lure. At 1 colors and 2 green mana, this enchantment aura with erotic text states, all creatures able to block enchanted creature do so, really turning our Show Minnow into a killing machine. And last but not least, at the number 1 spot, we have quite the potent combo, starting with a World Gorger Dragon. Coming in at 3 colors and 3 red mana, this 7/7 creature Nightmare Dragon reads, Flying and Trample. When World Gorger Dragon comes into play, remove all other permanents you control from the game. When World Gorger Dragon leaves play, return their remove cards to play under their owner's control. Now alone, a 6 mana 7/7 that temporarily exiles all your permanents is never good, but if paired with a Dance of the Dead, this is where we can really turn the tides. Dance of the Dead is a 1 colors and 1 black mana enchantment aura with erotic text states, enchants creature card in a graveyard. When Dance of the Dead enters the battlefield, if it's on the battlefield, it loses, in quotations, enchant creature card in a graveyard and gains enchant creature put onto the battlefield with Dance of the Dead. Put enchanted creature card onto the battlefield tapped under your control and attach Dance of the Dead to it. When Dance of the Dead leaves the battlefield, that creature controller sacrifices it. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. At the beginning of the upkeep of Enchanted Creature Controller, that player may pay 1 colors and 1 black mana. If the player does, untap that creature. It seems like an absolute mess, but it's rather simple. Let me explain. We have our World Gorger Dragon within our graveyard. Well, if we cast a Dance of the Dead, we can take that World Gorger from the graveyard and attach Dance of the Dead to it, resummoning it back onto the battlefield. As simple as that. And with World Gorger Dragon coming back to the battlefield, its ETB will hit the stack, stating, whenever World Gorger Dragon comes into play, remove all other permanents you control from the game. This, of course, will exile that Animate Dead temporarily, making our World Gorger Dragon go back to the graveyard. This will trigger World Gorger Dragon's LTB ability at the bottom of the card, stating, when World Gorger Dragon leaves play, return their move cards to play under their owner's control. This will bring back our Dance of the Dead, bringing back our World Gorger Dragon, because that is also an ETB, allowing a repeatable loop to continually balance and temporarily exile all of our permanents on the field and continually bring back that World Gorger Dragon.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Okay, I may have lied. It is complicated no matter how you look at it. But a quick synopsis once more is you just cast the Dance of the Dead to bring back your World Gorger Dragon, and that will kick the Dance of the Dead, kicking the World Gorger Dragon as well, which will bring back the Dance of the Dead. Rinse and repeat. You have infinite loops of ETBs, LTBs, as well as infinite mana. So how else are we going to capitalize this? Well, let's do a simple fireball. With infinite mana now at our disposal, we can cast this saucy card costing 1 red mana and X colorless mana, stating, Fireball does X damage total, divided evenly, rounded down, among any number of targets. Pay 1 extra mana for each target beyond the first. And of course, because we have infinite mana, none of this will be a problem and we can completely burn our opponents out. Now, it should be noted that this, of course, is at sorcery speed, so we cannot do it instantaneously upon the stacking of that World Gorger Dragon entering and leaving the battlefield. So we need a way to stop that, or perhaps even just target that Dance of the Dead onto any other creature within our graveyard at that time to stop that loop. Honestly, it's a pretty neat combo and rather mana efficient, especially since we aren't hardcasting the World Gorger Dragon. All we just need is 2 mana for the Dance of the Dead with a fireball in hand. And with that, we'll conclude today's episode of Game Winning Jank. I hope these interactions and combos are useful to you in your next game at Friday Night Magic. Once again, before I do leave you all for the day, we do have the Outlaws of Thunder Junction giveaway happening June 2nd. So if you'd like to get on this, once again, details we found down in the comment as well as the description below. With that out of the way, if you want to stay tuned for future videos on the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell down in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And that being said, my name is Patrick, host of EDH Brutality. I thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.